I've been properly stitched up. Today is not starting off well, look at that. Look, I can't even think, man. Good morning, people. How's everybody doing? Welcome to episode 2 of the NS Diary. Even though we ended up last week on a good note, we're not completely out of the gutter just yet. This week, we are chasing invoices. We've got to catch up with 2 clients who haven't paid their invoices, and that's putting us in a really difficult situation. So we're going to be chasing that. We've got to make some payments to some suppliers. We've just had a reply back on one set of our drawings, which is a job for this week. Lovely big sliding gate alongside with some railings and a few posts. That's quite a big job, so we're gonna try and smash that one out this week. It should be pretty possible, pretty easy to smash out this week. We've also got some work for our friends at MetalCrafting. They were supposed to call me last week with an update of when they're gonna need stuff. However, they never did. I just know that the lorry that we need to work on is going in for a MOT on the 1st of August. It is currently 21st of July. So we don't really have a lot of time. I'm turning 26 this week as well, so that's something big. Oh, damn, I feel old. Sorry for the shakiness, the roads are not great. But I feel old. Nah, I don't feel that old. I'm lying. Things are good. I'm getting back to where my health needs to be. That's really good. Keeping a positive mind. Recording this journey is really helping me out with staying on top of it and working with speed. Because in business, you need to work with speed. You need to get an inquiry, smash out the quote, get it back to the client. And if they're happy with the quote, send the invoice out, get the deposit in. Speed is what differentiates businesses, because some people can do it quick, some people take care of their customers. You know, for me, the one thing that I really differentiate myself with, oh, that's a hard word. The one thing that I try to do better than most people, most big companies at least, is I'm a small company. If you're my customer, I will look after you like I look after my eyes. Because to me, you're much more important than if I had a book of 50 customers, everybody's paid a deposit, then you're just a number in a book. So that's been one thing that I want to stay on top of for the entire time that I'm working. Even if we do end up getting bigger and we've got more jobs, I want to be able to pay attention to the jobs in a much more precise way. So we're heading up to the workshop now. Unfortunately, I was doing something in there on the weekend. I could not be asked to clean up, so we've got just quick clean up before we make a start, and then we're going to be prepping for the big sliding gate with the railings. Let's get to the workshop. This one, project coming soon. Let's get this bad boy cleaned up. Prepping for the next one. Right, sweet. Now that we've got this cleaned up, let's get going and start making a prep. I'm going to pull out and see what materials I've got here. Already pre-cut, like as in offcuts that we can use. And then we're going to start cracking on with pulling out some new materials. I'm probably not going to do crazy amount of recording for this, because I still don't know exactly what format to go. And because I'm on my own, I don't have a dedicated video person up until maybe later on. But up until that happens, I'm gonna have to sort of work around and make the video in as best as I can. So let me get on with that, and I'll catch you guys later on with some more updates. Guess who's back, people? Sam's back in the workshop. We've pulled out the material that we need. Already started cutting some bits, like I said. However, good thing, we have found our GoPro. So we'll stick the time lapses on again, and let's get cracking.
So we're going to be changing this over. So you got hold of the button. Always safety first. If it turns on in your hand, it'll be good. Lovely.
About to head off and do our mystery delivery, but we've done really well today. So we've got loads of parts cut. This has been drilled. Something really interesting is happening here. So what we're gonna do is we're making hidden bolt holes. So because we've got two big leaves joining together, what we're doing is we've got a small hole on one side for our bolt, and then a big hole for the other side, and then you can fit your socket in there. And then when you put, I'm gonna do this right now, but when you do this somewhere, come on, there you go. And now you can cap that end with a plastic cap, and then you don't have no bolt holes when you're joining pieces together. That's a fun way of doing it. Keeps it nice and clean. Right, so we've already done a little frame down there. We've already done a little frame down here. That one's for one side of the gate. For one side of the railing. One side of the gate is getting tacked up together first thing in the morning. But right now, we gotta go and do a mystery delivery. So let's go. So guys, we've got to do a mystery delivery. Thank you. We've got to do a mystery delivery. And this is why I just wanted to mention, let me straighten this up. Might be shaky, but this is why I wanted to mention again how important connections, relationships, and network is. I hear some people say that when you're small, you shouldn't worry about networking, that all you should care about is just getting the work done, getting everything, getting in there and just smashing out. It's very true. You do need to get in there, smash it out. However, network is just so important. The amount of times that I've been pulled out of problems because I've got good people around me, it's insane. And like right now, I've got to do this mystery delivery, and I don't have a big enough truck. So what have I done? I've reached out to my network, and our friend from Dave Waste Away, Dave, has decided that he's happy to lend us one of his trucks. And mate, this is how it works. And so I can go out and do this delivery and save myself a good amount of money instead of paying somebody like 4 hours of their time, their truck, and this, that, and the other to do it. You know, it's mental. It's mental how much people don't realize sometimes how important connections and the people around you are, because they really are. They can really pull you out of some situations in life. So let's go pick up the truck, get back to the unit, cut up some more steel, and then get that delivery done. Good morning, people. It is day 2. So guys, we are heading back into the workshop. We are getting on with our big gate and railing. Do you know what I've realized over last evening and today morning? Positive mental attitude. You know, I keep coming back to this very often after realizing that I've been super negative for something. And I just realized that about last week as well, because last week, as you guys have seen, just went up and down completely. Like everything just went like that. And I just want to make sure that you guys understand why. And it is positive mental attitude. I realize that when I'm negative, when I'm being super negative, what ends up happening is that everything around me is negative. Like work's not going great, friends and family and communication and everything happens to not go good when I'm being in a negative mental attitude. But when I am in a positive mental attitude, even though there's struggles with money, and even though there's struggles with this and that and the other, what ends up happening is positive comes to you. And I think that's the overarching lesson of me doing this. And it's why I'm really excited about the YouTube as well, is because it's really given me something to be really positive about. You know, I never know. I could be posting this for 10 people, or I could be posting it for 10,000 people. And I think that's the whole realization of all this, that it could be you just never know what could happen, man. You never know what could happen. So let's get into the workshop. Let's smash out some work. Let's do it. Gonna make some calls now and then get to the workshop. Right, guys, we have made it to the workshop and we're cracking on with our gate. Sam's here walking around. So, cutting caps, welding up frames, that's the plan for today. We're basically gonna use everything that we can that's in here. We're still waiting for a little bit of material, that's tomorrow morning. And yeah, smashing it out. Cue the time lapse. Frame 1 of the gate, done. Frame 2, little baby one, also done. Material being cut. Things are happening. So tomorrow morning, we should get some more material. And yeah, look at that. The blind holes are done. Cleaning this bad boy up. Basically, the goal is to get them all nice and smooth. Got a little bit of a divot here. What the hell is that? Can't really feel it. Smooth. As you can see, smashing out through the frames. We're doing pretty good. Waiting on some more material tomorrow, like I said. But I just wanted to tell you, I've been properly stitched up, you know, because at BNI, right, I've been late a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I've had my times where I've been a little bit late. But guess what? Tomorrow they're having me do a presentation on punctuality. Me. Why am I getting bullied? I don't understand. Punctuality. Like, it's not good. So now, when we finish up today, I've got to figure out making a presentation on something that I don't even know. I don't even want to go into it. It's pissing me off. Right, well, I've just been speaking to the camera for ages. Excuse me. I've just been speaking to the camera for ages, and guess what? It wasn't rolling. So, let's get back to it. Wednesday, has been a good morning. I should have probably recorded a little bit earlier today. However, I have been on it since the morning and basically just cracking on with things that need to happen. So, what has happened today so far? We have made a start on designing a new job, which came through last night. Very, very exciting. A mono stringer staircase. So for those of you that know what that is, it's basically a one stringer going through the middle, also called a spine staircase, single spine staircase sometimes. But anyway, so it's a single stringer that goes through. That inquiry came up last night, so we've already made a start on getting that sort of drawn up, so we sort of have an idea of how much material we're going to need, the angles, and so on and so forth. Also, what we have had this morning is we have had another one of our business coaching sessions with Becky from Improvement Solutions. Becky has been absolutely awesome. Met her through BNI, and she did a BNI special for a few of the people where she's doing some coaching for us. And basically the sessions with Becky always give me so much advice and so much perspective and ideas and frameworks and tasks and challenges and stuff to do. And one of the things that we ran through today is regarding difficult conversations, because whether you know it or not, difficult conversations will happen in business. Difficult conversations are basically inevitable when it comes to business, because business is people. Number one, business is people. So whenever you're working with people, you will need to have difficult conversations, whether there's a delay on a job, whether there's issues with suppliers, whether there's money issues. Basically, you cannot escape difficult conversations. Difficult conversations will happen. Now, the question is, how do you deal with difficult conversations? Because there is certain frameworks and certain things you can do to make difficult conversations better. And me and Becky have come up with a framework for myself today regarding how I can deal with difficult conversations, because like I said to you guys in one of the previous videos, I have struggled with that in the past, and basically I've had moments where I've been hiding and avoiding the phone and not wanting to speak to people, but that's not right. That's really not right. And what you need to be able to do is separate your emotions from that, because business at the end of the day is business with people. It's relationships with people. Especially in our industry, you need to be able to create a perceived win for both parties, or all parties involved in the conversation, in the deal, in the whatever it might be. So can it also be that the client puts a higher need for the thing that I'm providing? So for example, a security gate. The client perceives the security gate to be more expensive than what I'm charging for it. So therefore, he thinks he's winning. And what we have happening is two parties believing that they're both winning. However, when you look at this from a third perspective, from a completely different side view, what you're seeing is, well, that's a win-win situation. So then I'm coming to this. Basically, what needs to happen in business is that both parties need to be winning. So what I'm providing needs to be good at a good price. Obviously, it needs to be worth it for me, but also what the client is buying needs to be good at a good price for him, and then everybody is winning. So I really like that sort of framework, and today we've gone through some steps which I can undertake before a difficult conversation, sort of prep, give myself a goal, prepare for the outcome, and plan the outcome, and give myself a goal of what I want the outcome for this conversation to be. Sorry, I'm going a little bit all over the place today, but But yeah, we're also driving to BNI right now. Bit of a long talking today, Chico, aren't you? Chatting too much.
Yappa, 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 yappa.
But anyway, driving to BNI, let's go have a good meeting. As you can see, I've touched myself up a little bit today. I'm not being a scruffy because I'm gonna go get changed after, get back to the unit. End of the day, welding still needs to be done. And although we've got Sam in the workshop already cleaning up what we've done yesterday, we do still need to get in there and get work smashed out. I've also got my dreaded presentation where I've been stitched up a little bit, but it is what it is. I think I am going to pull this up with the team because, yeah, I felt like a little bit, that's kind of like a little bit of a weird situation, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Let's do the presentation, see how we feel about it, and then we'll see if we're gonna pull them up on it, because yeah, it's not really right me standing in front of a bunch of people and putting myself down, you know. It's a little bit not cool. But anyway, we move forward. Let's go have a good meeting. I'm excited for the day. Things are happening, things are shooting in the right direction. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Right, people, hello. We have finished BNI and it's been a good meeting. Apparently I'm a natural at public speaking, which I don't see, but that's what people have told me, so thank you. Yeah, presentation was okay. There should be, I'm trying to get some photos, which Ayush, if I send you the pictures, slap them here. So these are some photos just from me presenting, and yeah, presentation went alright. I've booked in a couple of one-to-ones. I'm helping out the roofer in the room. I know somebody that he might be able to take on into his business as work. And other than that, I'm just trying to be as helpful as possible to other people, so then I can get something out of it. Like I say, BNI so far for me, it is not paying for itself. However, hopefully something comes out the back of it where it does end up paying for itself. Now we are heading back to the unit. Sam should be in there already cleaning up, or already cleaned up. We should have material already being delivered. I'll give him a buzz now, find out what's going on with that, and then you guys are going to see me at the unit now. Right, I may or may not have forgotten to mention, but we are at the workshop now, fully changed. As you can see, I'm not looking sexy anymore. Well, I am, because it's me, but yeah. We are getting these gates done. Sam, over there, slacking. Sam, get on with it. Sorry. I'm joking. He's doing well. But Sam's cutting the verts and all the other bits and bobs for the other side. He's done really well. Clean these nice and smooth. Look at that. Well done, Sam. Learning quick, mate. Well done. But yeah, so next, bottom for the other gate, top for the other gate, all the inners, everything basically, all the other parts. Now we're going to start tacking the stuff together. Sam's going to continue cutting, and yes, we are cracking on with it. Do you know what the hardest part about Wednesdays are? It's just so hard to get back into the welding groove after you've been at meetings and drinking coffee and talking to people. But work's work, gotta be done. Let's do it. morning, good morning, I don't know why I keep saying good morning. You're gonna be watching all of this in one video. Anyway, next day, let's go. So, it's bright and early, 6 a.m. today. We are out of the house and we are heading over towards Bobby Tracy Golf Club down near Exeter. About a 40-minute drive, so we should get there about 25 minutes before we should be there, which is good, gives us a chance to network. Where are we actually going? We are going to another BNI chapter, which is close in the region. We are subbing today for Adam from Element Architecture. Adam came down to our group last week before, anyway, a couple of weeks ago, and he showed us some of his drawings, man, and damn, Adam had some nice drawings. This is what happens when you're in construction. You start getting excited about drawings. But yeah, so Adam had some really, really nice drawings, much more detailed than any other architecture drawings that I've seen. It's got steel, it's got all the engineers' designs and details on it. It's, yeah, brilliant drawings, brilliant drawings. So I thought Adam would be a lovely contact to make. So I told Adam, listen mate, if you ever need a sub, let me know. And he goes, well, oh yeah, it was last week. Because he goes, oh, well, next week, funnily enough, I'm gonna need a sub. And I'm like, that is me right there, my friend. So we're gonna go in, step in for Adam, the shorter, sexier version of him, and hopefully get some work out of it. You know, at the end of the day, listen, BNI, give us gain and all that, but you're paying to build up your business. At the end of the day, that's what you're in there for. You're in there to make more business for yourself, for your company, for your people. So let's go in there, let's see what happens, and I'll report back to you on what I'm thinking. Let's drive. So, finished BNI, driving back now. This chapter's doing really well. I'm not gonna lie, they're doing much better than what we're doing. Like, they've been around for maybe half the time and they've done double the money. So that's really good to see, really. But I feel like I chose the wrong time. Or maybe I just got unlucky, but yeah, there was 3 metal fabricators in the room, which, yeah, bit unfortunate there. I still think there's some good connections to be made. There was interesting people in the room. Very, very trade heavy. Very, very trade heavy. I think BNI seems to be doing really well for the trade heavy groups. There's a bit of thought in me that's thinking to move to potentially the other group in Plymouth, because they're a lot more trade heavy. I don't know, I'm just thinking in terms of business decisions. I think that would be a worthwhile thing to be done. Yeah, I'm just reflecting on some of the decisions I can make and some of the things I can do to improve and to get more work in, because at the end of the day you need to have a work flow. You need to start booking work in for months in advance. I don't know, like I say, I'm thinking about it quite a lot, because maybe time well spent now would be more welding than building connections, but at the same time, building connections is what brings the work in. So I do need to not let that side of the business fall behind. It's a real head scratcher, this one. I'm gonna have a proper think about it. I think I will end up staying the year. I'm gonna try and get more one-to-ones and meet more people and build more relationships, and maybe even go to more chapters as a visitor and introduce myself to more people. See what can come out of it. I mean, I've already paid, so I might as well make the most out of it, or at least try to make the most out of it. But for now, it's not even paying for itself. It's very, very much in thought right now. Anyway, let's drive back. Let's go see what Jem's got for us, and we go from there. You know, there is something that has been on my mind. Maybe I'm not utilizing BNI to the best of my ability. Like I say, I haven't really exactly done as many one-to-ones as I should have. I haven't really met as many people as I should have, and like worked on the relationship side of things. But my issue with that comes is that there's a lot of time involved into it. There's a lot of time that you need to separate into BNI, and like I say, at the minute I don't know if that's my highest return, or being in the workshop and welding and actually working on jobs is the higher return. I don't know. It is a thing that I do need to have a little bit more of a think. I'll try and get at least like 2 one-to-ones per week, and just try and put them in before 9 and after 5, and just see what can come out of it. Best thing I can do, really. I don't know. One of them ones. But yeah, let's continue driving. Let's get to Gem. Right, so we have just been over to Gem. Booked them in for the weekend. Booked them in for Saturday. Sunday I'm gonna take the day off. Gonna go see the boys. And yeah, so far so good. Nearly 10 o'clock. Let's go back to the unit. Let's go back to the workshop. Right, we have made it back to the unit. Sam, say hello. Anyway, he's not saying hello. Right, let's crack on. Time lapse, let's go. Right, I'm shooting off a little bit earlier today. Just left the unit. Feeling really tired. Really tired. It's like drained. And it's not because I woke up early. I don't know. BNI in the mornings just seems to drain me, to be fair. But yeah, done quite a decent amount today. I think I should be able to finish by the end of the weekend. I should be able to finish these gates. If not Monday, they should be finished and ready to shoot off to the galvanizers. Yeah, so it's all happening. It's all going in the right direction. However, I've just looked at the bank account again, and 2 jobs that were supposed to be paid that still outstanding, still haven't been paid. Which is really frustrating, man. It's really frustrating. You're on it. I'm on it. But it is what it is. I'll give them another call tomorrow, chase that up, see how they've got on. Probably gonna try and put more of a foot down, or how should I say it? I don't know. But yeah, the good thing is we are busy. We are getting back to the busy stage, and as long as I continue doing what I'm doing now, then we are on the right path. We are on the right path of then starting to turn things over. Yeah, all good. It's a bit more of a chill week, to be honest. Let's go have a look at some paperwork and then relax. I'm starving as well. I'm still fasted, so yeah, 5 o'clock, still fasted. Getting to that hunger stage now. Right, see you guys tomorrow. Right, another day, another dollar, as somebody I used to know used to say. Not gonna lie to you, bit of a sluggish morning. I know exactly why as well, because I've been slacking on my diet. I ate 4 chocolate croissants last night, and today I've been feeling sluggish. I woke up an hour late, so I woke up at like 6:15, something like that. So my morning's been a little bit all over the place. Good thing is, we're heading to the workshop. We've got our, what's it called? Look, I can't even think, man. F***ing carbs. Before you start thinking I'm one of those crazy kids that's got a crazy opinion about diets, I do. I can confirm. Carbs just seem to make me just sluggish and not able to think and stuff like that. But anyway, so tomorrow we have our Gems Scaffolding lorry repair. We've got to go in and do that. For today, we're smashing out the gates. That gate has got to be out next week, Monday, latest Tuesday, for galvanizing, in order for it to be able to make it on time to the client. So we're under the gun with the deadline. But the good thing is that we've got some good things happening as well. So today we should be able to get a video and some photos of the recent project that was on YouTube. Cantilever gate video right here. I usually put that in there. Well, we can put that on YouTube. But yeah, video right here, cantilever gate. Watch that. And these are the videos of how it looks. So the other good things that are happening today is in the last episode of Enna's Diary, the big aluminium gate, that's back to the client today, as far as I'm aware. So they're going to be cladding it, getting ready to install that next week. So in the next episode, we should have some photos and videos of that as well. It's really interesting because when I do work with West Country, I don't really get a chance to see my finished work. So I have to rely on them for pictures and videos of how stuff looks when it's all done. But yeah, that's not too much of a problem, as long as they can send me some decent videos, because the jobs we tend to do for them seem to be all over Devon and Cornwall, which is, yeah, I can't really, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to go out and drive an hour or 2 hours to be able to go in and video and picture my jobs. And another thing that I'm hoping that's going to happen today is I'm hoping to get the TIG welder that should be already looked at checked over, serviced by ProWeld, and we should be able to pick that up today. I'm gonna also grab a few little bits and bobs for it, like shroud, some more tungsten, a couple of different types of tungsten rods. I'm gonna aim to smash out quite a lot of work at the workshop. So there isn't really a whole lot happening. It's just been a lot of work this week. Obviously, we had the 2 BNI meetings. We had a couple of jobs to view. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the week that we had a really good inquiry for a monostringer staircase. So I've got to get on pricing that. I spoke to the client yesterday. That all seems to be going good. Yeah, we're heading on the right track, which is really good. I just need to stay on top of everything and prioritize correctly what I need to do. Number 1, bring more work in. Number 2, price new inquiries. Number 3, smash out work that's already in the workshop. That's basically the 3 stages of my highest return on investment on my time currently. Because if we're winning jobs, if we're winning leads, then we have a higher chance of converting more leads. The more leads that come through the door, the more leads we have the chance to convert. So that's all good and well. Yeah, it's just going to be a load of work today. Big day at the workshop. Hopefully we can smash out a load of work. So let's get driving. Well, we're already driving, but let's get to the workshop. Look at that, Sam's already cracking on. Frame is done. Full mask, full everything. That's good news. We've just had, what have we had, Sam?
New TIG welder.
Well, not new, but new for us. New TIG welder is on its way to us shortly. Mr. Valente himself from ProWeld is going to drop it up to us. Look at that. That's proper treatment, that is. Proper treatment. Man, the myth, the legend has just dropped off this baby. And just over a couple of quick tests, we're starting to get a bit of an understanding of what we're trying to do. Look at that, lovely. The part now is, Sam, do you know what the difficult part is?
Not burning your eyes.
No, for me not to stop everything that I'm doing right now and start playing with this for 4 hours. So, right, I'll do a couple more and then we'll do that. Right, we are excited. TIG welder seems to be doing very good. I'm really happy. Paul's done us a great deal, and he's just said he's halved our higher bill. Thank you, Sam. We've just been playing around with it very little, and I must admit I'm quite happy with that, even though I haven't completely got the whole hang of it. Those are not bad looking welds, I'll tell you that much. So, but if I get too carried away, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to sit here and play with this for 24 hours straight, and then our work that we need to do is not going to get done. So let's pack this up, let's get back to welding. Right, aren't we full of awkward situations? I've got a job on site, which I'm planning to do a separate video for because it's going to be quite interesting. It's got a really nice idea for it. But listen to this. It is currently raining, and I come in, the front wheel on my van has a massive puncture in it. So I've just spent an hour not only loading up the van, but also trying to figure out how to fix this tire. Good thing that Mr. Fry right there, AP Scrap, what a G, what an absolute G. Proper pulled me out of a bad situation, pulled out some magical screw that comes out of the, so I take the nail out of my tire, and then you put the screw thing in there, and then it sort of does a temp repair on your wheel, and it's super quick as well. So we've just done that, and now I'm gonna head over to site, but it just looks like the weather's just getting worse and worse. It's a pain in the back. It looks like about 1 o'clock it should be alright, but then by then I really wanted to be back in the unit. This should have been a really quick job this morning, but unfortunately it just does not look like it. It doesn't look like it's one of my days today. Yeah, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. So anyway, we have promised them that we will go to site. We'll go to their yard and we'll try and do what we've got to do, because the truck is getting MOT'd literally in like 5-6 days, and I'm flat out busy for the rest of the time. So I promised them I'll do my best to try and have a look at it, but it just does not look like it. Got my new to me TIG welder in the back of the van with me, because it is an aluminium body, and we're gonna try and weld the aluminium body. I needed fuel. Fuck. Right, we'll go that way. Yeah, and that's the other thing, we need some fuel as well. Today is not starting off well. Look at that. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Look at this. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Right, anyway, let's get down there, let's see what's going on, and I'll catch up with you back in a minute. Yeah, a bit of a shame that. Would have been a nice little earner for me. So we've just got to site. This is what we got to fix. See all this completely gone, look. This side's a bit better, so this is the side where I can actually weld up the crack. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's not looking too good. Still rainy. Let's see what we're gonna do. Let's figure something out. And we've been blocked in, so I can't even bring my van here, so I can have a bit of a cover. Yeah, not good at all. Let's see what we're gonna do. Bit of an unfortunate one, but we've just spoke to Dave. He's the manager here. Yeah, look at that. However, yeah, it's just raining a bit too much, as you can see, and I cannot get my gear wet. I've told him we're gonna hang around for a bit, see what we're gonna figure out. What's going on? I'll hang around here for a bit, see if it's gonna stop raining, but yeah, if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to call it a day. Yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Catch up with you guys in a bit. Right guys, I decided not to stay in the end, just because I did not want to get myself fully soaked up. I didn't want to get my gear soaked up. However, that's put us in a pretty difficult situation for the upcoming week, which is quite unfortunate. But you're gonna have to stick with me for next episode and find out what happens in the upcoming week. Which brings us on to the lesson of this episode. And I feel a little bit disappointed to say that I'm having to learn this lesson over and over again, because it's a bit of a shame, but I have to learn it. I have to learn it in the day. In the end of the day, it's a hard lesson that I have to learn, because in business it's super important. It's super important. And the lesson is overcommitment and overpromising, because in my nature I am quite a people pleaser and I want to do everything for everybody. However, that's never good in terms of what I actually have to do, and in order to complete the things that I already have on, if I keep promising more stuff to more people, then it just puts me behind. And especially with this job on now, because I wanted to get it done over the weekends and help them out. Now it's putting me on the back foot and under a lot of pressure for an entire week, because I don't know exactly I'm under a super tight deadline for the job that's currently in the workshop. That has to be done and out of the door by sort of Tuesday next week. And me over promising basically means that I've set myself behind, because now I've got to take one of the beginning days of the week to go and do this job for Gem. It's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. It has to be done. So that's the lesson for this episode. This has been quite a mundane one, I'm not going to lie. It's just a lot of work in the workshop. There's not a whole lot that's happened, and the little bit that has happened is quite normal stuff for a business owner. I'm still looking to get feedback and advice on what I can improve. So let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what I can improve on. I'm turning this into a long-term thing for myself. I want this to be a diary for at least a year, and then see what happens and how it does, and so on and so forth. Tomorrow is my birthday, turning 26. It's a good time to be alive. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you'll stick with me through this journey, and let's turn this into something big. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.